Hello. Long time no see. We're back. Gonna play some Bloodlines. Oh man, my voice is not ready for this. It has been a long time. God, I can't remember when the last stream was. The last stream was just playing Uprising 2. This is the first Bloodlines stream. I did do a little fiddling around with everything as well. I set up some scenes. So now I have a nice little chatting area with a cool Dune sandworm in the background. But yeah, I've been on quite the Dune hiatus recently. I have still been playing some Uprising. I've probably played like 5 to 10 games so far. But I'm definitely not the most experienced. Uprising, I played like a ton of games because there were the IRL tournaments and everything, but I'm definitely probably behind the curve on Bloodlines. But it'll be fun learning everything. Boulder Builder, hello, what's up? Sound is doubling. Ooh. This is good to know. And this is what happens when you don't stream for a while. It looks like I only have one. Is it still doubling? Test. I would love to get this fixed. If it is. Is it still doing it? I turned it down quite a bit. Still there. F. What is going on? And this is one of those. So I did a lot of testing before. How do I fix you? I only have one audio source. Oh, my stupid camera mic is picking up for a regular mic. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's picking it up for my camera as well, I think. Here, I'm going to turn this mic down to nothing. No, it's not picking it up. It's literally just this mic. Let me try unplugging it, I guess. Hello? So now it must be my... Yeah. Yeah, so that's the camera mic. Now camera sound, okay. I recorded an entire video with the stupid camera sound one time, and I had to do a whole bunch of post-processing. I don't know if people could actually tell. It was one of the like talking head videos I made, but it drove me up a freaking wall. I want to say it was the Bloodlines video, where I reacted to all the cars. That was a long-ass multi... I'm still there. How about now? Can you still hear me? God, I'm going to lose my mind. Can anybody hear me now? Oh, what? Oh, I have a hidden source somewhere because I don't even... So now it looks like the mic is muted on my end. Okay, cool. So I have no control over the volume of the mic, so if it's too loud, we're kind of effed in that regard. But we'll figure it out one day. Cool. What's up, everybody? It's been a while. I do, new year, I figured I'd get back into streaming Dune more. I feel like I say this every time I stream, but I am going to go for weekly streams. We'll see if I actually end up doing it in real life, but still perfect. Okay, cool. I do want to go for regular streams now. This is like the funnest time I have with this channel is streaming Dune. So, Return of the King, thank you. We'll see. I am very inexperienced with Bloodlines, so it's going to be quite the learning experience, I feel. But yeah, I want to get back into streaming Dune Imperium regularly. Also, I was thinking, as far as uploaded videos go, I would like to get back into doing the leader videos. Those were pretty fun. They were more of like an interview style with the like people that are really good at the different leaders. Like I did one with Badger. I'd like to get back into doing those, so we'll see. I'll probably put out a post to people. At first, I was planning on doing this a while ago, But then people in the Dune community were talking about doing themselves, like starting their own channel. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll just let you guys do it. And then they never did it. So I think I'll bring it back to doing it again. It's Uprising plus Bloodlines. Today, yeah, we're going to do Uprising Bloodlines. And I guess all the leader videos I do from now on will be Uprising Bloodlines too, since that's kind of the standard now. I feel like there's not that many plain Uprising games going. And honestly, like, just Uprising by itself is fun, but it definitely did feel like it was getting a little stale. I'd played so many just Uprising games at this point that I was like, I was waiting for something new, so we'll see. I guess I will make a post for a game while we are chilling. Looks like a game just filled up too, so we'll see how long this takes to fill. If you want to play, I'm posting it on TTS Club right now, so feel free to hop in. I will be nice. I'm not good enough to judge anyone too harshly. Dune, Uprising plus Bloodlines, stream game. Okay, it's up. But yeah, let's see here. Will you participate in the Cheesable tournament? No, I will not, because I do not think I'm good enough. I've been playing mostly casual games with my IR friends, Xantier and Big Fig Wasp. I don't know if you've seen them around in the in like the community playing games, but usually I'll just hop in with them, and then it'll be like a random fourth person. So I'd probably get, I don't know. I mean, I'd probably be fine because I've played so many Uprising games and Bloodlines isn't that different. But I'm also, like, I don't know the meta necessarily, so we'll see. The tournament is Uprising Bloodlines. I think Amber will be really OP with Bloodlines. That is good, because I have, like, Amber was such an uninteresting leader to me. Let me see. I should pull it up so people know what I'm talking about. Single player. I feel like it's always nice to see the leader you're talking about when you actually talk about it, because most people don't have all the leaders memorized. I'm playing a game of Twilight Imperium next Saturday. Super excited. But I've been trying to, like, learn the rules and watch videos to, like, get a basic idea of what's going on. And it's so annoying when people talk about the leaders, like, I already know all of their abilities. And I don't know if anyone's familiar with Twilight Imperium, but it has, like, each leader has, like, a million different things. So it's not even, like, easy to remember what's going on with them. So I do try to bring them up. Let's see. And we can talk some strategy and stuff while we wait. And we can stress test all the new scenes and stuff I made. Okay, let's see. Okay, next scene. Let's see if it works. Oh, also, I am bringing back memberships. I'm going to upload additional bonus videos regularly, and we do have a membership goal now. We're starting at 0 because it's been so long since I've been streaming. But if we get to 10, I will make a Bloodlines leader tier list. And I figure 10 is a good place to start because, you know, it'll probably take a while to get there, so I can really get an informed opinion before I make the video. And I've already played most of the leaders at this point. There are probably a couple I haven't played yet, but we'll see. Is the mod released on Tabletop Simulator? No, it is not. Not the official one yet. This is still... Oh, let me switch it over. Look at that. Okay. Boop. Okay. So, yeah, I have a chatting scene. I have a demonstrating thing scene. Oh, that's why my membership was canceled? Yeah, I reset everything. Because I also kind of felt bad because there's people that have been a membership for a while that I don't know if they just, like, AFK forgot about it. I haven't been looking at it, like, at all. So I was like, I'll restart it and get things going from there. And I'll try to stick to, like, a once a month kind of bonus upload video. I'll probably do Bloodlines games since that's probably what most people are interested in anyway. We'll stream on fixed schedule. As fixed as I can. I'm going to try and shoot for once a week on a flexible basis. Like, ideally, I would do weekends because I don't really work that many weekends anymore anyway. But sometimes I have stuff going on the weekends. So if I have to switch it to, like, a weekday, you know, but I'll try to keep it around once a week. Do you have any favorite leaders so far? I do, actually. Of the new Uprising leaders, let's see here. This is Amber, by the way. Super unexciting. Oh, okay. I got to show her over here. Amber Matuli, super kind of uninspired leader, but now with the reveal ability allowing you to retreat a commander, actually becomes a little more interesting. What else do we have here? What is your read of Steersman? I think Steersman's good. I don't know. Okay, so I watched the tier list that Dino put out, and I think Steersman ended up being, like, middle of the pack. I think Steersman's good. Starting with no water is tough. And honestly, when I first saw this card, I thought, okay, no Signet Ring, your deck's a little bit thinner. That's pretty good. But I guess I didn't really appreciate how good and flexible of a card Steersman is because, or not Steersman, the Signet Ring, because when you don't have that in your deck, you can get some really bad draws, and it can be really awkward at times. But as long as you're buying flexible cards, I think Steersman Yukrune's navigation abilities are really good. So I think it like more than balances out. We could honestly make today a Yukrune day. Although I don't know if I want to mentally DDoS myself so much if by playing a leader like this that has a lot of stuff going on. Steersman has no Signet power. No, they do not, because they don't have a Signet Ring ability. So they start with no water, no Signet Ring in your deck. Their special abilities, you gain 3 spice if you gain, or you draw a card if you gain 3 or more spice. And then, I guess I can't see the leaders unless I claim them as my leader. Where are they? Yeah, okay, it's hidden. Hidden picks. So I gotta go through the rigmarole here. Okay, let's see. Okay, so here are the cards. And we're still waiting on 2 more people to join the TTS game. So as soon as we get those in, I'll start the actual game. But I figure we can talk about stuff while we wait. The script gets rid of the extras. Oh, okay, never mind. Are they in here? Nah, F. Well, I'll give you some. These are some examples of ones. We won't go over every single one. But basically, there are these cards. So, like, they'll go kind of like Tessia in Rise Vix. They go, whenever you reach the friendship level with a faction, you get to unlock one of these cards. And you just get whatever it says on the card. And you can't go, like, up and down and get the same one multiple times. So, this one's very good. Obviously, getting a victory point for 5 spice is expensive, but it's like getting a victory point from anywhere is good. Wish there was a way to proc Signet Ring ability outside of one card. Feels less impactful late game. Wish there was a way to proc Signet Ring ability outside of one card. You're talking about? Oh, you're talking about this with Mentat, where you can go up and down. Because you can just proc it normally by going with like diplomacy to places. But I think Steersman Yukrune is good. I don't even know. I might be saying this wrong. Let me know if it's not actually pronounced Yukrune. That's just how I've been saying it. Surprisingly, because I do a lot of Dune stuff, I do learn a lot of the correct pronunciations because people tell me them in the comments. And one that I guess most of us got wrong, because I feel like everyone else, you know how everyone called her Helena Richese? It's Richese. I was watching the new Dune Ben and Gesserit show, and they kept calling them the Richeses. So I guess that is something we've all been messing up. But it's kind of too hard to keep track of this stuff. Everyone thinks Count Hasmir Fenring is like SS tier insane. I don't get it at all. I don't get it, man. I mean, so you get some extra Solari when you trash cards. People love trashing cards. So you can get like a decent amount of Solari from this. You know, you trash 4 cards, that's 4 Solari. That's good. The ring, you know, lets you trash cards and you get an unblockable spy. I see how it's good. And I guess a lot of the power is baked into the fact that you can get early commanders with this guy, but I don't know. Rich Hazy. Okay. I don't know. I see them being good for sure. But S tier above everyone? Ugh, I don't know, man. I don't get it. I don't. Oh, it gets rid of all the other. Okay, we're going to have to load it up. Sea Galaxy's Desert Tactics is hot. I know, for the 2 Solari, that is a very popular move. I have seen people blocking that line, the Desert Tactics line for the early Hasmir thing. Earliest Hell starter card, yeah. Yeah, I know you can get, like, Seek Allies, Desert Tactics, and then, like, if you have your other, like, Diplomacy, go Dutiful Service, or Deliver Supplies to get your Spy, or you get your Commander first round, which can be good. But then you're also, and I guess this is where analyzing your opening board comes in, because if these are kind of weak, then you're less incentivized to go Hasmir, probably. And reasonably so, yeah. Yeah, I was pretty skeptical when all this was announced at first, because I was like, the commanders seem good, but I do not see them overtaking Worms, and it has actually been closer than I thought. The commander strategy has been working out well. And it's not like you have to choose one or the other. Most of the time, the people going crazy in on commanders are also just making use of Worms as well to doubling the end games. And you can generate a lot of value out of these commanders. So the commanders have actually been a very successful addition. I thought they'd be a little under impactful. Yeah, if there was economic playoff like Spice would be better line. For sure, yeah. If you can get the Spice is a great one. Honestly, Charismatic, also really nice for getting the extra persuasion for better cards. But Spice and Troop and this one are probably the best three that I've noticed. The extra swords are good situationally, but I don't know. These feel a little less, little underwhelming. But if you're building out a large arsenal of them, then yeah. My theory is that this expansion is designed to fix Emperor Side in 6-player. I have still not played 6-player, so you could be right, but I don't even know the rules. It has not appealed to me at all, and I see 6-player games going like not infrequently. I need to try it out, but I've not been into it personally. What is the new symbol with gold piece and spy? So these are the unblockable spies, is how I like to think about it. You can put a spy there even if someone else has a spy there. So you're pretty much always guaranteed to get value out of this ring, because even if someone else has a spy on the Emperor spot, you can still just put a spy on top of theirs, which is a cool ability, and it gives you a little more counterplay against people just hogging up the spy spots. There's a couple of other cards that have that ability as well. Anything that benefits from spies is also free value. Very true. Yeah, very true. And I will say, with Bloodlines, this game continues to feel more and more resource dependent, like your ability to get resources and use them effectively. Because there's so many things to send spice on, and it really does feel like a lot of your momentum is halted if you run out of spice, you run out of slaughter, you run out of water. It really limits your options. So I have been treating this more like a resource management game of late. And which, in light of that as well, I feel like that makes Dutiful Service a better spot. Because at first I was like, hey, contracts or whatever, you know, I still just go to the tried and true, like, better spots, in my opinion. But, like, some of these contracts now, getting the slaughter from those is not, like, it's not nothing. Which is, like, a dumb way to put it. But the resource generation you can get from those is really strong, I will say. So I have been prioritizing that more in games. I'd say some weaknesses in my game right now are probably that I don't value the contracts enough. And I also don't value the High Council enough. Getting the extra persuasion and getting the discount on techs feels very, very impactful. So I need to start playing around that better as well. Should have just called it Spy Scraper because you know we're stacking those suckers. Yeah, I know. And they can get like ridiculously tall too. Which can be a problem in TTS because a lot of people play it like me with a top-down view. So you might not even notice someone has a spy there. So that is something to keep track of as well. But yeah, this has been spicy. And I don't know if this is just like a local meta thing. Like I said, I've been playing mostly with my friends. But High Council has been exceptionally high value. And they've been getting just all the most powerful cards in the row, like, consistently. And it has fueled, like, some pretty good engines. So I need to play around with that more as well. Swordmaster feels so important because, like I said, resources are so important now that having that extra Swordmaster to get extra spice, to get these extra things, just feels invaluable. But High Council, it gives you a lot as well. So I don't know. I feel like this is one of the most flexible versions of Dune Imperium we've had in a long time. A lot of different strategies can work. You can go combat, diplomacy, and like spice and slow strategies very consistently. It feels less than Rise of Ix. It feels like this game is less. It doesn't feel like you can build a strategy around techs as well as you could in Rise of Ix, I will say. These techs don't seem as like game changing. Like, this is good, but it's also just like, you're not going to, I mean, you can build a spice and slow strategy around this for sure, but it's, I don't know. There's nothing in here that, like, totally changes the game. This is just a victory point for 7. Like, the one slaughter less is fine, but I don't know. Navigation chamber for the bump. Spices cost less. Like, you're not going to build strategies around these cards. And that is one, like, kind of downside. Servo receivers can be interesting with certain leaders. But I don't know. This one's very fun. This is the combat leaders one 100%. It's so good. It lets you ignore the faction spots, lets you get a bunch of resources, go into combats over and over again, and then you just get 3 or 4 victory points at the end of the game with this. Incredibly good. I like getting this with let me reset it real quick. I like getting that one with Coda because you can get it pretty early. Let's see. Where is Coda? With Coda, you can get it pretty early. It's a 5-spice one, so with Ring and with the ability, if you like, this is if you manage to get it with Secret Project, which is obviously a stretch, but it can be done. You can get this round 2. You collect Haga Basin with 3 spice after it gets the bonus spice, and then Ring to a green spot, which is just so, like, you generate so much value off of that. Extra spine, extra troop every single round, and the victory points as well. That feels like one you can, like, I still don't know if you're actually building a strategy off of it though, you know. But it is interesting. This is one that I haven't really seen much. This feels like one that's oops, I accidentally put it into windowed mode, and now it will drive me crazy for the rest of my life. There we go. This one has been sitting on the row for a while. I don't know if other people have seen a lot of use out of this one, but I don't know. Forbidden Weapon seems not as strong as I would like. I guess it's fine if you just need to break the wall in a pinch, but losing half a victory point every round for this seems like a little bit of an overpay, for sure. Oh no. We lost the one person that was waiting in our game lobby. So I need 3 people to join this lobby in order for this game to get started. So if we want to see Uprising Bloodlines today, gonna need some people in here. Opportunity cost of Forbidden Weapons seems too high. Agreed. Unless it's extreme edge cases. Yeah, I like the design. It is interesting. I think this could cost 1 spice and still be fine. Because I don't know. Like, no one's buying this at 2 spice right now. Are you playing the Bloodlines tournament thingy? I am not. You know what? That might be what's messing me up too. People are probably waiting to start that up. Like a lot of the regs. I was planning on streaming this Saturday because, well, first of all, I was gonna stream on like Wednesday or Thursday, but then my wife's working this weekend, so she was like, "Let's just hang out, and then you can stream over the weekend." I'm like, "Okay, yeah, I'll do that." But then so I skipped that day. I could have streamed, and then like yesterday or the day before, I realized the tournament's going on today. I'm like, maybe it'll be fine. I'll try to get in before because it doesn't start until 11, right? Yeah, so it's 9:23, but people still may be resting up because it is 3 games in a row, which is a lot. Oh yeah, you need to get to tournament. Yeah, no problem. I figured that might be an issue. So we might not be able to play a game today, but we can still talk some Dune and stuff. I don't know. Or I could play Rise of Ix, which is unfortunate because no one has been, I guess, okay, Cheesable has been playing Uprising Bloodlines games. But otherwise, like, Hidden Assets, they're back recently. But Black Shadow hasn't played a single game of Bloodlines. I'd like to see his take, too. He's always funny. So, ideally, we would get a Bloodlines game in. But if not, I can always just switch to Rise of Ix. It's no big deal. Other things. The official, like, TTS mod is still not out for this. I guess it does take a while to make these things. This is just a preliminary mod that's available right now, and it is pretty well optimized, I will say. Some of the cards are still in their, like, round 1 screenshot mode. Like, this thing looks pretty dank, but the actual scripting looks great. And I might be giving a false attribution here. I'm pretty sure it's ... that has been working on these. If someone else has been working on them, let me know. But shout out to you. You have been putting in work on these, so it's been very nice. Is this guy again? By the way, is Cheesable okay? I got the impression from his streams that he has catheter on his arm, or am I just imagining things? I have no idea. I hope so. I reached out to him when I first heard about everything and like wanted to make sure he was okay, but I don't know. I don't want to speak to it. But I do wish him the best. If he is streaming the tournament, I don't know if he is, but if he is, we could, I don't know if there's like a rating style thing like Twitch has on YouTube, but we can send people over his way once everything gets started up. What do you think about Leah Kynes? Oh my God. I feel like I'm losing my mind with the meta of these leaders. Leah Kynes, I thought was F tier garbage trash. And you know, this is why it's always so interesting when these things come out, because your opinion can change so much. I thought Leah Kynes sucked because she can't get worms, and worms is such an integral part of base game Uprising. You can of course win without them, but if you can get a worm strategy going, or even if you don't get a like worm strategy going for the entire time, if you just have worms for like the end game combat, so you can get 3 to 4 victory points, these are like win conditions. These worms. So the fact that Leah Kynes can't get them, I'm like the abilities are good. Don't get me wrong, but it doesn't seem like enough to make up for not getting worms. But people think she's really good. I've been seeing like A tier level response to Leah Kynes. And I think most of the power people are attributing to these leaders is the resource generation. Let me know if I'm wrong, but I think a lot of this is resources are more important than ever in Uprising, plus Bloodlines, because in addition to just having like what are the spots? Highliner, freaking shipping, espionage, things to spend your spice on, you know, like if you don't need to go to those spots, it's kind of useless, but now we have techs. And the addition of techs adds another dump for resources. So now resources feel more important than ever. So maybe that's why these resources, I think he has cancer previously mentioned. Yeah, I know that, but I don't know any more like specifics about it. And I don't want to talk about it too much just because I don't know. But yeah, I think the resource generating leaders are just really, I don't know. Everyone seems to like them a lot. And I get it too, because like I said, resources are important. Another surprise to me of a leader that everyone thinks is like pretty good right now, and I want to play with them more. I've only played like one game, Esmar Tuick. And they are a pretty like resource heavy leader. They place down their special Tuick seat spot, which is like Imperial Basin, but you can draw a card or gain a spice. And it also gets the bonus spice every round. And people are de-incentivized from going there because they give you an intrigue if they go there. So a lot of the times that just ends up being your own little supply of spice. And you can incentivize people more to go there because you're stealing spice from the other maker spots. So Esmar gets a ton of spice throughout the game. And even if they have to go to their own Tuick seats, they get an extra Solari. So even more resource generation. So this guy's like the resource generating king. So I think that's why he's been pretty high valued. But I don't know. Her early game is, I feel Leah is a bit underwhelming, especially on later rounds. Her early game is her strong side. Yeah, I completely agree. And it's also nice as well because for their like early round 1, round 2 combats, the only spots you can get an extra troop to get like extra combat in over everyone else, Desert Tactics and Arakeen are the ones like everyone has access to. And if those are taken, you know, you're kind of left with not good combat options besides like the basic combat spots that just let you put in 2 troops. But Leah gets access to Siege Taborik and build up a ton of water and pretty much can almost always get the extra desert or deep desert spice. So Leah Kynes also ends up being a resource monster, but without the ability, like the catch-up mechanic of worms. The injection of spice into the economy will fuel more tech and higher reach games, hopefully. Meta pick, maybe? Is that for Esmar Tuick? From Tuick, that is. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I agree. They add more spice into the economy. Although, when I first kind of like reacted to what Esmar can do, I was thinking it'd be more total spice for everybody. But as I have played games, it does end up being a lot of extra spice for Esmar specifically, and not necessarily everyone else, because he is stealing spice from the maker spots. So while more overall spice is being generated, more of that is getting funneled to Esmar than I expected. Which is good, which makes Esmar stronger than I originally thought. Okay, if I join, do I need to find a new mod for Uprising? No, I have the mod, so yeah, you don't have to worry about any of that stuff. Yeah, totally join. We have 1 in here, so we're up to 2, so we just need 2 more to play a game. Picking the bonus is so succulent. I agree. And it's kind of nice, too, because you can really screw over the person that's been waiting for Deep Desert by picking off spice off of there. Because, you know, there's always that one player that has the 3 water, and they're just waiting to see if anyone picks up a water, and then they seize their opportunity. But if you're picking the spice off of that, that water just sits there and kind of rots a little bit. And then maybe they use it on, like, a research station or something else. So that's kind of nice. And then also denying the worm player, the bonus spice from Haga Basin can also be pretty fun. I like Esmar. I think he's better than I originally thought. I had great success with Chani. Super flexible ring power. I agree. I thought Chani was good as hell when I first saw her, and I played games with her, and I've done well with her. But Chani is the like consensus bottom tier of all the new leaders, which is so surprising to me. Passive resource generation. something I didn't realize with her. So just for the ability, whenever you retreat or lose any of troops in the combat, advance the tactics marker, which will start here in a 4-player game. And you can get a spice and a water by doing that. And your ring lets you retreat troops. So if you kind of want to play with a big garrison with Chani, you want to retreat a bunch of troops if you can. Even if you lose them, though, you're still getting resources out of them. So still resource generation. And she plays really well with Fremen cards as well, which is a nice touch. Like the, I can't remember all the cards' names because I'm stupid. But the one reveal one that gives you a troop, and if you have Fremen Bond, you can either send one in or retreat it. That will also trigger this. So I will buy those up when I play with her. I'm just retreating troops left and right, getting a bunch of extra resources. And then 1 water for 2 card troll is nuts. Oh, it's so good. You can cycle through your deck so fast. And with Fremen Bond, like you're drawing all these Fremen Bond cards that play off each other. I think Chani's very fun. I think she's good as well. But everyone else thinks she's bad. So I might be missing something. I don't know. That's why the Bloodlines Leader tier list is going to be an interesting development for sure. Because I have been wrong in my tier list before. Very wrong. No more Deep Desert reading. Yeah. Yeah. Which is good. Oh, we have a full game. Hell yeah. Okay. Let's see. Urkun. Is that how it's pronounced? Because I am looking to figure out how that's pronounced. Okay, I'm going to make the game now for people that are waiting. And let me know if anything else goes wrong with the stream as well. It's been a while. There's definitely some stuff I've probably overlooked. Okay, another scene. Urkun and Piter feel like they're mostly just hard to use as well. Yeah, Piter has been less fun than I originally imagined, I will say. I was excited about all the extra intrigue cards they get. They get their extra like little intrigue deck. The cards are pretty underwhelming a lot of the times, and it just makes you susceptible to being secret stolen over and over again, and then you lose your good secrets. So from that perspective, it's been pretty bad. And a lot of the Piter only intrigue cards make you lose troops as well, which is also, you're losing troops out of proportion to the effect that you get a lot of the time, I feel, which makes it also feel a little bit bad. Never mind. We do need one more. One person dropped out. But as soon as we get that last person, we will start this game up. But if you are in the lobby, feel free to start joining. The game's actually up now. We'll go back to big mode while we wait. I love that I got all this stuff set up. Feels great. I wish I could see the other leaders while I wait. But it's fine. I would like to see the official mod released. I don't know what the time frame on that is, if anybody knows, but that would be hype. Because, I don't know. I feel like it's tough for people to find these like save files and upload them. And anything that like limits access for like more casual players is just going to be bad in the long run. Weird question. How do you feel about a bastardized version of Ix, purely dreadnoughts and Immo with Uprising? My group has been running it and has been a really interesting and very played style along with Bloodlines. That actually, so the only thing you're bringing in from Ix are the dreadnoughts. How do you add the dreadnoughts into the game? Like, is the, I wish I remembered all the spots. The one that gives you 2 troops, does that also become a dreadnought spot? Or you just pay 3 Solari on top of going to a green spot? Yes. X space to buy dread for 3 Solari. Oh, you just have the extra green spaces in. Oh, so you got rid of... Okay, interesting. So the tech board's the same as well. That could be interesting. At that point, you have 3 new combat units. Yeah, so you have the commanders, the dreadnoughts, and the worms. It could be interesting. I feel like the dreadnoughts would be even weaker, though. No shipping, though, because fuck that. I like shipping. I know like the game was built around it, but I don't know. I thought it was kind of, it was like good for newer players because they had something to play for. And like they knew like, okay, shipping good. If I go for shipping, you know, that's like a game plan at least. I feel like Uprising much harder for newer players because they don't have that game plan going in. Okay. Sometimes out there combining all expansions. I have not done that yet. I own all the games too. I could do this. I just, too overwhelmed. Okay, let's get this thing set up here. Thank you everybody for joining the game as well. I think this is good. I'm not going to tweak the leader pool. Yeah, let's just get it right rolling. You got a custom playmat? That's cool. I've been I'm a pretty novice like board game hobbyist. I have my own like little shelf of games and everything, and most of the games I play are on TTS, but I do own some as well. And buying like the premium versions for stuff has been funner than I imagined, to where I've had to stop buying stuff because it's too much. Okay, we should be good at. We are 4th position here. Let's take a look at this opening row. Reliable informant. Solid card. Sandwalk is fine. It's actually pretty good if you're going for a Fremenstaddy. Sandwalk with Chani is great. Captured Mentat, I love. If I have a high persuasion hand, I'll probably be buying this. Command Center, also very good, actually. I love this card. I haven't played with it yet, but I've seen other people play with it. And then Interstellar Trade is obviously S tier, awesome. Let's see. New board we have to look at the start of the games now. Fierce, Driven, Desperate. Driven are going to be the higher value ones here. Planetary Array is fine. Plasteel Blades can be good. Training Depot is actually better than I thought as well. It's cheap enough to where it's not a huge inconvenience. I guess we talked about Esmar a lot, so let's just let it rip. Let's see. Yeah, let's just let it rip. Or you know what? With an underwhelming tech row, like these are not the best by far, I'm actually tempted to go Coda here. Where is Coda? Coda is the, I can talk about it once I pick, let everybody else pick. Coda, start of the game, peek at the bottom, tech tile in each stack. So you get your unsecret tech, your ring generates spice, and then you can trash tech tiles later in the game to get things moving. So let's see, what are our picks? I'll do this while everybody else is thinking away. There's still, I've not figured out the ideal way to do this, but we'll see. Okay, so now we're at the point where if you're playing the game, please stop watching because you're going to get secret information. Okay, spy drones. Extra spies and lets you trash. I'm not a huge fan of that one. Advanced data analysis is actually pretty fun. I could see that, and it's cheap enough to where it's powerful too. Rapid dropships. One of my friends absolutely loves this one. They buy it all the time. They say it's amazing, and I get the appeal, but I think I'm going to go for an advanced data analysis here. We'll get rid of one of our spies because we don't really care about the spies anyway, you know? We don't want this to flip over. I don't think it flips over there. So this is the one. 3 spice cost to acquire. You must trash one of your spies from the board, return to the box, and you get a free intrigue every round. So I think that can be a nice little fun way to play this one. We'll see. We can probably get it pretty early as well, and we'll see if someone picks Tuick so we can get some extra spice in this game. Paul Denon, what's up? If Interstellar Trade didn't give a contract on acquire, what would you expect its cost to be? Interesting. Basically, how much do I value the one contract buy? I would still expect this to be at 7. I could see Interstellar Trade costing 8 in its current state. It's very, very strong. It kind of plays into 2 different victory conditions, diplomacy and spice slow buying. And yeah, I think even at 8, this thing would fly off the shelf. So I think without it, it would be 7. Maybe 6. Which one did you subscribe in Workshop? So this mod isn't in Workshop. You have to like go into like the Discord and like find the save file and stuff. So it's pretty involved. Sound wise and good. I assume I shouldn't tune in. Oh yeah, let's see here. Okay, let's see what our opponents are. Okay, we do have an Esmer Tuick, so we will have extra spice, which is good for us. Guys, Helen Muhayam. I like this leader a lot. She is definitely more of a kind of diplomacy, spice slow type of leader. And then lastly, I don't know what yellow's trying to indicate. I had to type in something. And then lastly, Count Hasmir Fenring, the consensus best leader right now. Oh wait, what's going on? Why does it want me to do something? Oh, it's probably waiting for me to pick my thing. Okay. Just join. There's no immortality expansion, right? There, I mean, in general, there is an immortality expansion that's like available for people to play, but we're not playing with it in this game. I think you can like mix and match all the expansions though and get crazy with it. Ah, the opening gambit. We have Seek Allies for Hazimir. 2 Desert Tactics. What did they trash? Did they trash something else? Okay, they trash a dagger. So they get 2 Solari off rip. So now they have 2 Solari for commander. So the follow-up's usually going to be a dutiful service or a deliver supplies. Unfortunately, we can't block either of those spots because our opening draw is not very good. So we shall see. Going through the order of abilities here, just for people that aren't familiar. Hasmir, we did talk to them about a little bit, but every time they trash a card, they get a Solari. Their ring lets them trash a card in play, meaning they've already played the card, and also gives them an unblockable spy on Emperor. This area here. Next up, guys, Helen Mahayam. Every single card they get has the spy icon. Allows for amazing flexibility, especially if they can get a spy on the Bene Gesserit. Because if you think about it, you get a spy there. You can send any card here now. You can go to Espionage, put the spy back, and I feel like the Bene Gesserit Alliance is just free for Gaius if they can get it. To the point where I think it's so strong that I would have been tempted as Gaius to just go and get Spice with the ring and put the spy on Benny. Because people know to block that now from them. Asmar, we talked about them as well. They add their own space to the board, which I think is very cool. Adds a lot of asymmetry to the game. If they go to that special spot, they get a Solari. If someone else goes, they get an Intrigue. So kind of de-incentivizing people from wanting to go here. And their ring either lets them put a bonus spice onto Exceed, which is whatever, usually the worst option. And then they can also take a bonus spice from a maker board space. So de-incentivizing it. The only downside is if it's in your opening hand, there's no maker spice to take. So they will just be adding a spice with that. Love me a good trash leader. I think that is the appeal. And that's probably, you know what, that's honestly probably the appeal of Liat Kynes as well. Trash and getting spice. Deck building feels very rewarding in this. It's, I feel like it's like immortality levels of deck building. Immortality deck building was some of the funnest deck building. I think there was a lot of mixed opinions on it, but I did really enjoy the crazy things you could do. But let's see here. We have Esmer Tuick. Are they gonna go their own 2x each? Okay, I like it. Draw a card. Gain a spice. Is this scripted? It is scripted as well, which is cool. They'll just take the 2 spice. Okay. Maybe eyeing up one of these early ticks. I mean, the funniest thing for them to do would be to go Espionage and block the spy from Gaius, which really shuts a lot of her stuff down. Gaius also a risky pick just because there's no spy generating cards, and you would like to see at least one in the opening row, but you can't always get what you want. Oh, we do have troops in from red and yellow here. We are a mouse symbol opener, so this would have been a good one for us to go into, but we probably will not. Options for us here, I think we will draw with our ring. I think we just want to see better cards at this point. And the ring will give us spice, so we could potentially follow it with a spice refinery with reconnaissance if we don't get anything good. The downside of the drawing is we do have both of our convincing arguments in our draw pile. So if we draw that, we're a little bit sad for our ability to get Interstellar Trade, but I think it's worth the payoff of potentially getting one of our faction access cards here. Oh, we got our Seek Allies too. Excellent. Okay. As far as commitment here goes, do we think green will put in a troop? They've used their Signet Ring already to draw a card. So ideally, they're going for their faction access here. Actually, they're probably going Spice Refinery. They got the Spice Refinery contract. I think we greed. And we don't put a troop in. Maybe we can go Fremkit, but we are going last, so we do have last option here. But yeah, our ring ability gives us 1 extra spice. But yeah, I imagine green will probably end up going Spice Refinery here, so let's just not worry about it. You don't want to blow all of your combat potential on the first combat. Green forgot spy. Oh, they did. I'll let them know. They don't have any spice, so it has to go on a green spot. But yeah, they should get that. Rewards are mandatory, which is nice, so it's not a huge deal. And it's not like anyone put a spy down or anything. Hey, Paul, is making any sense that epic mode is like that ranked DI? Why green didn't spy? Okay, good. Just played Bloodlines last night. It was a great time. Doesn't change that worms are a bit OP and need to be managed by the players. Similar to shipping and Ix. Yeah, I agree. Oh my god, I didn't even notice this. So, Red did have their diplomacy, and they played it to Fremkit, which is tough. They don't get the early worm, or the early commander, which is nice, but they are going to get super early worms, which is scary. So, nothing we can do about that. We could not block them, unfortunately. I would have loved to have gone Fremkit with my opening move, but did not have the option. And it seems like nobody else had the option as well. So, this is an amazing opener for Mr. Fenring. We do have a Seek Allies for green. They just took the Deliver Supplies. What else do we have here? Reconnaissance to Spice Refinery. Okay, I like that. So they're just going to work on getting their Solari economy. They're already at 5. So they are probably looking at a High Council line, if I had to guess. So we have a Seek Allies, which we are most likely playing here. It's whether we want to go Dutiful Service or Secrets. We do have the option to go for a stacked High Council contract situation, which I think is always overall going to be a good play for us. And it shouldn't be too hard for us to get the Solari as well. And we are the tech leader, so getting High Council for the tech discounts is also pretty solid. So yeah, let's go for that. Between these, I do love the bump. This is half a victory point. This is an extra action. They're both really solid. I think I am going to go for the half of... the extra action's so good, though. These are both very solid. And I've not been in a situation where I have to choose before. I think we will go High Council, though, to start off. Hopefully we can get the other one if it comes back around. Oh, man. And the Emperor player gets Command Center as well. Synergizes very well with the ring because they can get spies there. I love Hasmir's opening here. Very strong. 3 reveal for green. They buy the Reliable Informant. Very strong card as well. Looking like we're not going to have a good buy with 3, unfortunately. They only have 2. It's kind of tough. So they also have a bad buy. Everyone kind of has a bad buy here. I don't think we're going to go Sandwalk here. Hopefully, we're kind of rooting for yellow to buy the Sandwalk so we can see a better card, potentially. But we'll probably just end up buying and Prepare the Way, personally. Okay, we got a Beast Spoils here for Spice Generation. I think that will be a buy from us. It kills our Persuasion game, getting 3 daggers, but 3 dagger reveal. We have a full garrison. We can definitely get into a combat situation here. So I think Beast Spoils is going to be good. We'll go for it. We'll get frisky. Orski, you think the ranked in the digital version should be an epic mode? I have not. I think I played 1 game of ranked in the Dune thing, the Dune, official Dune app. So I don't know. I don't have an opinion on it. I've also only played like 1 or 2 games of epic mode, which I did really enjoy. But I don't know. Isn't it like the games start every hour? So I don't know if they would have to change the timings of the games too, because I think ideally they want the grinders to be able to play a game, hopefully finish before an hour, get their next game queued up, etc., etc. So I don't know. Green did not end up putting troops in, by the way. Yeah. Okay, so we have a nice high persuasion hand here. We could go in for Interstellar Trade, give us a victory condition. We have both of our stupid daggers, of course. I'm kind of tempted to just go back for the High Council contract now. We'll see. We have a lot of spice out there, but no way to grab it, unfortunately. And we did reshuffle on a pretty bad deck. So we are incentivized. Like, our diplomacy is probably our strongest card at this point. Green grabs the extra water. They are just going to go for some hostaging of Deep Desert, which is dangerous in a game with Esmar Tuick. What do we want to do here? I mean, we're almost always playing our faction access, and we would like to see another card because the rest of our options are not very good. So hopefully they don't go Fremkit here. And they don't. They'll probably deny High Council contract to us, which I think is a good play. It's really strong to get stacked contracts. And the Earn an Alliance is so far away from being valuable that I think it's kind of worth passing up on. What is my hidden tech? It is Advanced Data Analysis. I can trash a spy from my board, play 3 spies to get this, which is solid. Ooh, immediate. Okay, that's a pretty good one. We don't have an entry card to activate it, but it is spicy. Nobody has an entry card, actually. So I think we do need to draw here. We will go into this combat as well. It is a match for us. I think this is a great opportunity to get in. Our remaining draws, we have a ring. So we have 3 blue access, which means we do have a pretty strong follow-up to Arakeen, potentially. And we also have our 2 orange access. So we have spaces to allow us to follow up on the combat. So I don't feel the need to go Desert Tactics here. And we want to draw a better card. So we'll go here. We do get the Dune. We were hoping for one of our blue cards, but it's okay. We'll go in on this combat. Start working on our Fremen. Okay, it's worm time. We will have to block Hasmir here. We cannot let them get worms into this combat. It's too strong. They do not put the troops in. Kind of signifying that they are going to... oh, they grabbed the spice already. I like it. Okay. So they have 5 spice now. Maybe eyeing up one of these. I don't know. They'll put the 2 troops in. And this is nice about going pretty late in the combat, because now we have a lot of information going into this. High Council here for yellow. I like it a lot. They're eyeing up interstellar trade, I'd have to imagine. They already have 1 contract, which, to be fair, it is a harder contract to get done, but... And actually, the other 2 contracts are kind of bad, too. Not a great contract row for interstellar trade here, but... Oh, they did get that one done, duh. Okay, so they get an extra action here. Potentially scary for us, if they decide to go into the combat, but I don't think they have that much combat potential here. We do have to worry about Air Keen and Desert Tactics for people to get the extra troop, but we have a pretty strong backline, and we have 2 daggers, so we should be fine. Played yesterday without expansion. I always feel like the guy with most spice tries to get space skilled. In my games, the one has been almost first, sometimes second. Don't know. Have to check more strats. I think, yeah, resource generation in this game is quite strong. Especially base game uprising, too. Just because it allows you to make big plays for combats in the late game. Especially worm doubled combats. So that would make sense. Especially if they're getting a lot of value, if you guys aren't contesting them for the bonus spice and everything. Ah, they get their commander as well. Spicy. And they get one of these guys. Out of these, I mean, I'm almost always going driven here. The spice generation is very strong. There is a player with sandworms now, so Fierce could make sense, but yeah, I think that's always the pick. Especially early in the game, you really want the resource gen. So really strong spice engine for Esmargot. We do have to block worms here. It is mandatory. And we will take the spice as well. The spice is excellent for us. We will put our last 2 troops in. Bruh. Oops, sorry. Red put their card down expecting to get free worms? Hell no. Oh, you're crazy for that. Unfortunately, we only have 4 persuasion. So we don't even get Mentat on this reveal. I mean, Tree Trance would be nice for us, but I have to imagine someone's going to take that from us. Kind of an awkward round. You like Bloodlines so far? How much games have you played that? God. If I'd estimate, probably between 5 and 10 games. It has been very, like, casual games, I will say. Just with, like, my friends. They're very good, I will say, but most of the games have been with the same 2 people plus an extra from TTS. So I probably haven't experienced the full gauntlet of strategies out there. Ooh, love to see that. So Hasmir was really banking on getting worms in, it seems. Because they're not even going to go into the combat now. They're going to grab a commander, I'd have to imagine. Yeah. And then this is a bit more of an interesting decision. Driven or Charismatic? Charismatic, pretty good early, but I think Spice Generation is still going to be better. I agree with that pick. I think there are 2 of each one in the deck, so now both of these Spice Generating commander techs are gone. Surely you'll go haul and buy your tech to get Intrigue online into SGF. I don't know what SGF is. Is that this one? No. I need to get a spy down for this. So we'll need to figure that out at some point. Reveal a 4. That's not what we wanted to see. We are not going to get a good card out of this row. Surprised Hasmir gave up 4 spice. Where did they give up their 4 spice? Did they have the water for it? Or Plasteel for more combat, space and guild's favor. Plasteel would be nice. Yeah, get your Solari going. We have a diplomacy here for yellow. They could go into this combat now. And it could be worth just limping in the commander. You guaranteed to get 2 spice plus 3 spice. If they wanted to go Desert Tactics, start trashing, I would have liked that ability, but I think, oh, I didn't even notice. They used Reliable Informant to get their spy down. Oh, excellent. Okay. So green has their spy engine online. Is this the real Paul Denon? I think so. He's been here before. I knew 5/6 would get me Interstellar. Did yellow not get the Interstellar? Oh, we're going to get Smuggler's Haven? Oh, let's go. I talked about resource generation being important, and this is a great way to generate spice. Oh, they grew the dagger tough. I'm fine with that. Good. I mean, here's the thing. You, like, sure, you did want Interstellar Trade. Nobody else has High Council yet. You are likely to get it still. It doesn't seem like anyone's going in for a high persuasion hand. And Catcher and Mentat and Spacing Guild's Favor are both excellent cards, so I don't think you feel that bad missing it. They're trying to decide where they want to put their spy here. They put it on Fremen. That makes sense. You can get double card draws out of Frem Kit. We will reveal 2 daggers. We really want to win this combat. We probably overcommitted troops realistically, but we didn't know what people were going to do. Out of this row with 4 persuasion, Smuggler's Haven's like the auto buy. You just got to do it. Ooh, and another strong 7 coster comes off. Interstellar Trade is still better, but I do like this one a lot. So this is a really nice combat for us to win. It gives us our water back. It gives us a bump with the Fremen, which we need to get to 2. So now we can start blocking blue or red on worms. It gives us our match. Pretty good start. Haven will be a little interesting with your tech. Yeah, it is definitely not ideal. So basically, I have to get 2 spies down before I can get any value out of this Smuggler's Haven, because ideally, I trash the first one, and I might just give up on advanced data analysis. We'll see. Ideally, you get this down early, but the awkward thing is getting the spy on the board. It has like a hidden cost. Well, not that hidden, but it has a hidden requirement, which can be a little awkward to get down. But a Desert Operative could make it easier on us, though. Okay, we get the match. We get the points. Okay, nice start. I think that's everything. We got our water, too. Green picks up a nice, easy second place. 3 spice in the troop is insanely valuable. They have 8 spice now, so they can start going crazy on these techs. I do wonder where I start going with my techs now. The next combat is Spice Freighters, which is insanely valuable for green. They already have green dagger. They have the spice to pay for their extra point. Red has worms. I'd imagine they'd want to start getting those in. Oh, baby. Sandwalk, 2 spice. Go Imperial. 3 spice versus 2 spice. And no one else wants to go 2x each, so that's like safer. Oh, Haga. Interesting. I think Imperial Basin value is so high right now. Orshka, you better block Haga again, because I'm worming. Wow. I've got to say I am very surprised. I guess this is a blocking play by yellow. But they could have gotten 3 spice for no water at Imperial. Interesting, interesting. I think with this hand, we just go... We take our Imperial Basin spice. Do we buy the victory point now? Is another question we have to ask ourselves. And I might just do it. We have the spice. What else are we doing it for? I would like to get worms online. Go 2x. Or Siege Tabor, I mean. We could also just play Smuggler's Haven to deliver supplies. A lot of good options here. Beast Spoils. I have a lot of options here. Because Beast Spoils for the extra spice is also... Actually, I don't get any rewards out of this, so I just want to reveal Beast Spoils. I'm being dumb. I thought I still had the unmatched here. Signet Ring. I feel like collecting a lot of spice can just be a win condition with Smuggler's Haven. Even if getting worms online is important, I can do that in the future. So I think I just take the spice while I can. It's just good. And I get a bonus spice for my ring. I have 2 victory points worth of spice for Smuggler's Haven now. That's crazy. Yeah, let's just get some victory points. Hopefully we don't burn ourselves out too early here. But 8 spice is awesome right now. Oh, wait. I do want to put my troop in. Oops. There we go. We'll get a nice little limp in there. Especially when we have beast spoils. And, you know, we gotta limp it in. Still fingers on every card and low res. Hopefully soon we will get a good mod for this. Yeah, so this is not the official mod. This is something that the community's been putting together over time. I think they will end up getting higher quality cards, but the scripting in this, despite like the lower quality cards, the scripting is amazing. They have been putting a ton of work into this, so I totally respect what they've been doing. I think the mod is good. I will say it does depend on which version of the mod you have as well. I think I have one of the later ones, but it is kind of hard to keep track of. Yellow, you need to win combat from red. I guess they're worried about green getting this. But here's the thing. Yellow can still buy the victory point if they get a commander in because they have driven. But I guess they don't have a great... Oh, yeah, they have the commander in. So it's still a match. It's a match, a bump, and a purchase victory point for both green and yellow. Yellow must be a big Orsky fan, passing Imperial Basin like that. I know. I can't believe that line. That's crazy. That's so good for me. I want to say they're just blocking worms, but in their position, I just make me block worms. You know? Okay, so red starts going into this combat here. Hopefully the big commit from red de-incentivizes green from limping in, because I would like to get my spice and troop limp value, but we'll see. Fingers give it that in-person feel. Oh, I do. Okay, yeah, it is funny that the fingertips are in the cards. And realistically, I bought it. I could scan every card. I could upload it. I just I don't want to do that, and probably no one else wants to do it too. Seems like a lot of work. And you know, it still works. Green goes in, so we're probably gonna get nothing. Well, I don't know if yellow expects us to have this many swords from hand. So if yellow doesn't put any more troops in, we will still get value out of this, assuming they have no daggers. That is a big assumption, though. They probably have a dagger or two. They've drawn a card. I checked 10 days ago the MDM from Cheeseable. I got my Bloodlines copy 2 days ago. I really hoped for high-res scans because my group plays 80% on TTS. Yeah. Yeah, but you can still, like, play. Like, I know high-res scans are nice, but it's still, like, playable, you know? You don't need to get, like, every pixel. Late spy, sorry. Oh, yeah, that's fine. I'm fine with it. Green just getting their spy, putting it on here. So they have 2 spies from the ring now. They not opting to use the spice for the spy when you have 8 spice is interesting. I would be tempted to start spending some of that spice for better spies. But they can do their thing. So they are playing their diplomacy here. We'll see where they elect to go. What is your thought about the new characters' base game and Bloodlines? Like the new leaders? I think the new leaders add a lot of interest. I like the direction the new leaders went in. It adds a lot more. I think asymmetry is a blessing in this kind of game. Just because it gives more replayability. Like now the leaders have like progressively more asymmetric abilities as more adds an extra spot. Which obviously you can't have too many leaders adding extra spots or the board gets too bloated. But just like it's, I don't know. I like them. I think they're good. Excellent. Okay, so diplomacy to Fremkit. We were really hoping we'd have access to deliver supplies. So the fact that we get that off now is excellent. So we're basically getting 1.5 victory points out of this play, which is huge for us. We will take our first victory point of the game, which I'm struggling to find. Here we go. We're up to 4. And you know what? These aren't easy victory points to get, too. We only have 1 friendship right now. Hopefully people don't start turning on me. Okay. Red still going in, still trashing as well. Another Desert Tactics play. Aiming for the Fremen Alliance, and they just throw them all in. Okay. Honestly, not a great combat for Red to win, but it's great for us. Because if Red wins it, they're getting the least value out of this. Green or yellow winning this would have been much better for them, personally. But it bounces the table more in our favor if Red wins. Diplomacy here. Oh, okay. That's why they didn't want to spend their spice on their ring. Highliner. I've got to say, that is a spicy line. You just throw them all in here. I don't think Red has bought any dagger cards, and they've probably trashed some daggers, so you probably can hard green here. What do they have in their discard? They have 1 dagger. So the max they can have is 1 dagger. I don't think they purchased any dagger cards, so... Are you sure about that, says Red? Oh, baby. Yeah. Are you sure you don't want to put more? Yeah, Green has no reason to put more. I think max Red can have here is 1 dagger. So Green is right to greed on that last troop, I think. Unless I'm misremembering. But I don't think Red has bought any dagger cards. Green, you're making the right call. Don't let them table talk you into putting more in. How long does it take for Sardaukar commanders to really shine? Honestly, they're pretty good value. Even just getting one, the one for the spice generation, you're basically turning 2 Solari into 1 spice and 2 combat strength. Decent value right there. Once you start stacking on top of a strong economic generator like this, like even getting charismatic, you start getting a ton of value out of each one. So I'd say at 2 to 3 commanders, you start feel really good about spending that 2 Solari to get them like back into the combat. Green throws the extra one in. Green, they don't have any intrigue cards. I mean, it's good for us. It is good for us if... Oh, red is showing us a Dune? I don't know if it's by accident. Who unlocked the board? Oh, I think we're chilling. What's going on? It seems like everything's working. Yeah, I don't know. I think we're good. We'll see. If everything starts breaking, you know, you can blame me, but I think we're fine. I should turn off some permissions, though. Maybe people shouldn't have the ability to unlock game components. Uh-oh. No daggers from yellow is the perfect scenario for us here. Although they can put the extra troop in. So they're chilling. They have the Fremen bond. I wonder if they'll greed this. So this will require yellow to remember that we purchase beast spoils. Ah, they're going to go for the green line. They think... Oh, wow. Interesting. Okay, so yellow is a fan. Because now they're effectively giving me the extra spot. But I guess they want... I don't know. This is very favorable. Having a player like yellow directly in front of you is definitely helpful to your odds, I will say. They've been showing me some bro moves. Because they deploy that, they get the guaranteed. But I will say... What? So they would be sacrificing 2 troops to get one of those back. And a spice. So it's whether you want to trade a troop for a spice. So maybe this does make sense from their perspective. And they get to keep their commander, which is very valuable. So, you know, I think it's fine. I don't think this is a throw at all. 3rd place isn't that rewarding. They do get long live the fighters and eliminate allies. Okay. Electing not to buy the spice was slow. That is some good discipline. I would have been very tempted to take this spice was slow there. We have 2 persuasion, which is trash. We would have loved to get Bene Gesserit operative here. Bombast. I think we take Bombast. We can get the 6 persuasion. We're going to feel really bad if we draw this later, though. But I think we do need this Solari generation. We'll take it for now. We'll see. We might end up regretting this, but hopefully we don't. Let's see here. Command center revealed. Retreat 2 troops for the extra persuasion. What are they at now? 4? Probably Bene Gesserit operative here, if I had to guess. Oh, thinking about war in the name. Fremen war name, I mean. I think Bene Gesserit operative is so good. You just gotta take it. It's so strong. You already have a nice Spiceman slow engine going with that other card that lets you retreat troops for the extra persuasion. And they take it. Really nice effect to have, especially after you force green to commit so much. 2 daggers for green. I mean, this is great for us. Even though green gets a lot of points here, they have spent a lot of their combat power. They only have 3 here. Litany Against Fear. My first time playing with this, I thought it was absolute garbage. Because I thought it had to be at the start of the round, like start of the turn. I still don't know how I feel about it. It's basically an enabler for Bene Gesserit synergies, if you have them going. And sometimes passing your turn can be good to see like what an opponent did. I'm still up in the air on this one. I haven't played with it enough to have an informed decision, but it's interesting. Other options for green here. You probably don't want to take Thumper because you have no water. Prepare the Way, maybe? They end up buying, I think I Prepare the Way. Oh, why do you have so many troops in combat? Red bullying green. We are good, right? Does anyone have any intrigues? Yeah, no. Okay. Okay, very nice for green. They can spend the 3 spice. Extra victory point here, strong. But now, like I was talking about earlier, green has found themselves in a situation with 0 resources, which can be quite detrimental. They also don't have Swordmaster. They don't have Viscouncil. I think this is kind of a tough spot to be in. We'll see. They're only at 4 points still. They do have friendship points to get, but playing this game with no resources is hard. I think this might, I don't know. We'll see how they do. But I think this is a tough position to come back from. Even if they are tied in first right now. I think it'll catch up with them. Where did they take their bump? They took it with the Fremen. Makes sense. And yeah, we get a spice and a troop. Great value for 1 troop. Will we ever get our tech? Maybe. Honestly, this could be a situation to get our tech online. How many rounds are we in now? We're on our 4th round, so we'd be getting a couple intrigues. Is it worth losing the spice for this, though? That I don't know. Also, where would you want our spy? I mean, it's kind of nice. The only thing is, we're pretty much always going diplomacy here. Let's see if we can figure out our last card, first of all. I don't know where people have fallen on searching your deck. I won't do it, but it looks like our last card is a convincing argument. So drawing it will give us more persuasion, which is pretty nice. There's some good cards out here. Somehow our interstellar trade is still available, which is crazy. I think we do draw. Let's get some more persuasion. We can at least get the 5. We can get our spy down. We can buy our tech this round. Ugh. No High Council is still tough, though. And this would be a good combat to get some bonus rewards. Man, I wish I had some Solari. We are Solari poor right now, for sure. And realistically, going to a green spot does not feel great right now, either. Both of our daggers incentivizes us to want to go into the combat even more. And we have a 2x siege with 3 spice. I don't know. I think we just keep playing into our spice end game here. We do give yellow an intrigue, but yellow's been helping us out. I don't feel too bad about it. I think, do we draw the card is the question, or do we take the extra spice? And I think we do draw the card. Too valuable. Does it give us the option to pick? Okay. Yeah, we'll draw. We'll get our other convincing argument. That'll put us up to 4, so at least we can get something interesting out of this row. You're welcome for the intrigue. Okay, pretty good hand. Red says no hook question mark, to which I say in private over voice that I do not have any blue access. And I think getting the spice is still more valuable. It seems like, yeah, red obviously has incentive for us to go get hooks, it seems. We should have put in a troop. In retrospect, that was foolish of me, but it's okay. That was definitely a miss. He can get 3 Solari from Guild Alliance. True. So there can be a maximum of 7 skills per game, 6 from board, 1 from Sardaukar standard card. Any other ways to gain them? There's a tech that allows someone to take an extra skill. Okay, there you go. You can't have more than 1 of a magic skill. I don't know how many total skills there are, but that's also a cap as well. Which leaders do you feel are the strongest so far in your game? Like in this current game right now? Hasmir, even though they have stalled a bit on their victory point generation, is doing well, I think, engine-wise. They almost have the Fremen Alliance. But they have no progress with any of the other alliances, friendships or alliances, which makes it a little bit tough. We might be able to just speed this one out. Just finish this out before anyone else can. We do not want to reshuffle right now. I think our reshuffle pile is crap. Unfortunately, you can't see. Actually, reshuffling right now would potentially give us Smuggler's Haven. Actually, that would be a bad draw, though. We don't want to draw Smuggler's Haven. So we'd have a 1 in 6 to get very unlucky. So realistically, we'll probably either go secrets or back to get another tech or another contract. I think yellow's probably in the toughest spot right now. They're also resource poor, but without the generated victory points of green. So I think yellow's probably in the worst spot. Red, I think we're doing very well. I think I would probably make us the favorite to win right now in the current state. Green does block us on the contract spot, limiting our options a little bit. Oh, baby, a spicy tech comes up. Or, I keep saying tech. Contract. Contract. Spice Refinery Draw 2 is one of the best techs in the game, in my opinion, and it is a match with their already obtained Spice Refinery. Yellow quickly denies it, though. Dude, yellow is a blocking fiend. My God. Oh, never mind. Oh. Okay. They're going to cycle out the intrigue I so happily gave them. Okay, yeah, that's pretty tough to make value out of right now. Although they could generate some spice. So they cycle that out. They get the draw the card. Pretty good. So 2-card draw there. Maybe they can get a spice and flow here. Let us see. For our last action here. We don't want to draw. Fremkit is we could go Desert Tactics here. Try to get some value out of this combat. I don't think we probably just put in one. Green and yellow both have an action left. I guess the downside to going Desert Tactics is, do we really want to chase red for this stupid alliance? Probably not, right? I wish I put my troop in earlier. That was a mistake. Realistically, if we want to try to rush the game, we need to try and get our friendships ASAP. Do I think red starts chasing me, though? The downside to me going for a potential alliance steal is they have another action this round, and they go before me next round, so they can easily predict that alliance. So even though I think it would be okay to get the troop in for the... Getting the troop in is so good, though. We really need the Solari, too. And trashing a card is also very nice for us here. Other options, just go to Secrets or go to Deliver Supplies. Deliver Supplies for the Spice is actually probably pretty good here. For the water, I mean, because then that enables Desert Tactics. Yeah, let's just do that. I wish we could put the troop in, but you can't always get what you want. I think this is a fine line for us here. We get 3 water, so now we can hit Deep Desert next round if we get a bad draw. I think this is probably our best. God, I wish I put that troop in, though. Just in general, in games of Bloodlines you've played so far, Hasmir, Esmir, and Coda have been pretty good in my group, but we've only had 8 games of Bloodlines so far. 8 games is a lot of games. Hasmir, Esmar, and Coda. I think they're all, yeah, I think they're all very good. I think they're all considered to be higher tier leaders. I'm surprised your Kroon or Kroon hasn't been getting more love. I should have picked that in this game. I think we're going to end up getting nothing out of our leader ability, by the way. I don't think we're going to end up getting that, which is fine. Kind of, you got to stay flexible in these games. Red played Reconnaissance to just get some Solari. We might be seeing our first Swordmaster soon. This is actually a great game state for us as well, because we have Victory Point Generator now in our Victory Point Generating card. And nobody else has High Council or Swordmaster. So from that perspective, like, I don't think anyone else's engine's online. So we can definitely take our time just picking up points here. I think in the right hands, Mohaim has a high ceiling. Yeah, I think Mohaim is very strong. Like I said earlier, you pretty much just get if you have the spice to support it, you can just keep going Espionage over and over again. That's pretty much their alliance. The downside is, although green got 2 victory points, they did spend all their spice. And we've been playing pretty aggressively about spice because we have a spice victory point condition. So we are going to make it hard for them to get value to that. So that is tough for green. Oh, okay. We have a Long Live the Fighters here. And looks like they are going to trash yellow. Okay. Trash their Annihilate allies, get extra troops, go in on red. I like it. So we would have only gotten 3 Solari out of that. Looks like. Where did they go with this? Yellow went to... Oh, Worm is okay. We got another Worm player in the game. They discard Reconnaissance and TBD what that last card is. I mean, so now they can put in a ton of troops here. And I think... It's probably... Yeah, it's definitely worth. It's a victory point from Test of Loyalty. They get the Spy. They get another... It's not a match, but it is a potential match in the future. Although they are potentially greeting here, surprisingly. They could put in more. I'd be very tempted to put in more. This is a very strong combat for red. You do not want... I mean, game balance wise, you probably don't want red winning this. And this is a great combat for you. Might as well... Yeah, I would commit the troops here for sure. Okay. Yeah, they might... They have Fremen Loyalty or whatever that card is. We will reveal a sad 4 reveal. Man, oh man. Maybe Lightning against Fear here. I hate it. I hate it. Fremen War Name is also interesting. We have no Fremen cards. We also don't want to be going to the Fremen spot anymore because we have our alliance. I don't know. This might be a skip. Realistically, we don't want to thicken up our deck. We want to be able to see our victory point generator as many times as possible. And we don't want to lose any faction access. I think this is a skip from us, crazily enough. Five reveal for red. They do grab the Litany Against Fear. Okay, Imperial Throne Ship comes up. This is a very strong card. Very good access, generates VPs. This is probably accurately costed at 7 with the bump on the Emperor. The thumb is killing me. I don't know. Oh. People really notice thumbs. This is invisible to me now. I've played enough where the thumb does not even generate a response in my brain. Junction Headquarters acquired for green. This is a victory point condition right here. Once they get their alliance online. Although, honestly, we could be tempted to fight them for that alliance. I don't know if it's actually good for us to do that, but we could be tempted. I do wonder if us going Deliver Supplies was the right move. Maybe going Secrets there would have been better, but getting the water for the Deep Desert play seems like it should be fine. So we'll see. Unfortunately, the techs are kind of duds right now. Oh, they can commit another troop. Oh, they retreated, though. They do have 2 daggers. I know I like this. They're forcing red to have the intrigue, which they might not. Oh, they do, though. Do you have the response, Yellow? I hope you have a combat intrigue if you played like this. This is a very greedy line, if not. Oh, they do not. Yellow. Yeah, I feel like the greed was too strong. I mean, they are set up very nicely for future ones, and it's not that strong of a combat for them. It is half a victory point. But man, this is a very strong combat for red to win. Gives them a ton of resources, lets them start picking up these extra commanders. Tough. Oh, I didn't even notice this. Yellow also got Imperial Throne Ship. They only got to 8 persuasion. I think if they had gotten to 9, now it's the time to start buying Spice One Slows if you're yellow, but they're still doing fine. And luckily, we are nowhere close to having Swordmaster. Red will probably get it this next round, but we have not been suffering for the fact that we have not been investing into Slaughter at all. Where do they put their spy? Okay. So, yeah, they're going to lock in. I'm glad I didn't go for the Fremen Steel, potentially, because that would have made it hard on us. Okay, they do put it on a maker spot. Okay, next round. We're still in the conflict 2s. Wow, okay. So now we really want to be drawing cards here. I think this is probably a prime. We get no rewards out of this. But at least we can limp in a troop and get extra swords. But we really want to draw now. Honestly, I think a line for us, although the spice is great, no one else is threatening us on Deep Desert. I could see ooh, that's too big. Dune Desert Planet, accept contract, Spice Refinery to be spoils, maybe? Wish I hadn't had to use int. Don't know what that means. Use the int. Yeah, this is a tough draw. This is not the draw you want to see. I mean, we have 2 options, right? As long as we can either go Beast Spoils, Air Keen, or Dune, accept contracts. Accept contracts would probably be our better line. We'll be fine. Hopefully we draw into one of our good cards. It looks like accept contracts might be going, though. Oh, okay. They're going to get their spice online. This is very important for green. And honestly, it's very big for them, because now they can start doing espionage things, which they have been slacking on. We still need to make 3 visits to faction access spots to get 2 more points, which puts us to 7. 8 with our victory point generator. So we're still missing 2 points. We could potentially go for an alliance. The thing is, we don't have enough faction access to really make that work. Shipping is online for us now, which is an option. I do wonder if I start just chasing poor green here. Probably not, though. Ooh, interestingly, espionage contract is also quite good for us here. And we're probably not going to be able to play our Spice VP generator more than once, I'd imagine. I mean, we could get lucky. We could see it more than once, actually. We're still early enough. Must say, loving the lean into deep cover spies. Seems to allow games to slightly feel less locked down if someone has early aggressive spy placement that monopolizes the post. Completely agree, especially the very controversial card that gives you a bump everywhere you have a spy. That locks down every faction spot. It feels so bad, especially if it goes on for any amount of time. We have a decision to make here. Spice Refinery or Espionage. Spice Refinery gives us an out to... what's it called? Blanking. Spice and Slow. With the extra card draw. Espionage gives us possibilities of getting Swordmaster. Shipping is also a strong option, but we can do that. We're not going to be blocked there. The only downside is we're playing our only orange access in hand. And we do really... I think getting Spice Refinery is just going to be better. And also, Spice Refinery does get a Solari as well, so I think that's just the move. So let's see what we get here. Hopefully we get something good. Come on. Oh my god, what is this draw? We take this still. But now we don't even want to draw with Spice Refinery, is the annoying thing. Because we're never going to get to a Spice and Slow here. Ugh, this is such a dud round now. Damn. We're still in a good spot for sure, but ugh, god, this is not what you want to see. We could consider buying a tech here, but none of these techs... I mean, maybe Plasteel Blades? I really wish we could buy our hidden tech. That's the problem with going for a tech like this. If you don't start getting the spies, it's like... It's definitely a lock for us. Crazy bad luck with deck this game. I think this is our first 2 dead turns is back-to-back. Yeah. I think this is like... We've had some bad draws. I think this is our first like really bad like dead round kind of a draw. And unfortunately, we really do not want to draw now. If we draw into our VP card, which we're pretty likely to do drawing 2, we probably just grab troops at this point. Man, we would have This is actually a disaster combat as well because we were really counting on the Deep Desert Spice. And if someone denies that to us by getting 2 water in this combat, man, things are getting sketch now. Maybe I shouldn't have grabbed Spice Refinery in keeping with the fact that I probably want to go Spice Refinery, but it seems like, okay, good. Red blocks it. So we actually can't get a troop in, interestingly. And if you draw Smuggler's Haven without a Desert Spy, it's awful. I know. It'll feel incredibly bad. So we could consider going Arakeen, rolling the 1 and 6. We feel bad about drawing our Diplomacy and our Smuggler's Haven. So that's 2 cards. A 1 in 3 chance to draw a bad card here. We really need our faction access to generate us some friendship points. I don't know. I'm up in the air. If we go Assembly Hall, 5 Persuasion doesn't really get us that much. So that's probably not worth it. We'd pretty much just be doing it for the intrigue. I guess hoping that we get a spy out of the intrigue. Maybe the move is gather support. Just some weak moves here. Plasteel Blades is basically like going shipping, but without the bump. I don't think we're worried about the starter card commanders anymore, so I think that's pretty weak. So I think we're going to have to save our spice here. Red dumps into this combat. It's not a match for them. It is the Imperial base in combat, which is a good flag to have down. Luckily, green already took the bonus spice off of there, so it'll be a little bit weaker for a little bit. Okay, another Long Live the Fighter. So yellow's really thinning out their deck. Yellow's actually turning it around pretty well right now, I will say. They take away our Arakeen line. So honestly, the decision's being made for us here. We never early reveal. We're pretty much just deciding exactly between Gather, Support, and Assembly Hall. And we'll probably take... Oh, God. Yellow has such a bank of troops, too. Yeah, honestly, Yellow is... yeah, Yellow's doing pretty well. They will trash their reconnaissance. Drawing Long Live the Fighters top half of deck is insanely strong, too. That's kind of the risk you run with buying this card. Because if you draw it later in your deck, you don't have the draw pile to make use of it. Because you do need to have 3 cards in your draw pile to use it. And they've been getting it top half pretty consistently. So that has been a good luck side of things. Plasteel Blades feels great. I think in our scenario, it's not very good. Mainly because we want to save our spice for our VP generating card. So that's 4 spice down. 3 spice we probably want to go shipping with, so we can get another victory point out of that. And that's all 7. Ideally, we get the Deep Desert spice, but now that this combat came off that gives 2 water, it becomes a lot harder. Because now, if yellow gets second here, they take the spice. And drawing this many cards, too, with High Council, yellow probably starts consistently buying spice no slows here. I don't know. I'm actually kind of torn between rolling the dice on the intrigue or getting the extra troops. Honestly, maybe getting the extra troops is valuable to us here to give us an out, like a victory condition, a combat victory condition, which we are set up pretty nicely for. Oh, wait. I'm stupid. I have the Fremen Axis for Siege Tabor. I thought I didn't. Nobody said that, right? Ah, someone did say it. Okay, I swear I realized it before you said it. I also just recently noticed that Siege Tabor has a little man hidden in sand on it. I'd never noticed that before. I think we do limp a troop here. Get some water. That's so much water. Do we need that much water? Probably not. Are there worlds? Yeah, I think we just go into this combat here, get a bunch of water. It opens up lines for us to go like research station and stuff. And it opens up lines for worm combat value in the future. With regard to how many we put in, I think we just limp the 1. We're guaranteed to get it back now. Green has no actions left. Unfortunately, no value from B spoils. Yikes. But I think this is fine. It's better than the 2 greens. I don't know why I thought I didn't have any Siege Tabor access. Water will allow aggressive mining and get more value from Smuggler's Haven. I agree, yeah. Dang, you played it with no rewards. I know. Tragic. I mean, that should just tell them how bad my hand is right now. Realistically. Not that it matters. I'm out of actions anyway. So red in a nice spot here, being the only Swordmaster enjoyer at the moment. It'd be really nice if we could pick off 1 Solari somewhere. Because then shipping would give us this Solari for Swordmaster, but we haven't generated any Solari at all. Hi, where is this server Dune TTS? Like TTS Club? Should be Googleable, I'd imagine. I do not have the link available, though. But it should be pretty easy to find. I actually have a tutorial on how to access it on my channel. It's like how to play Dune Online. Actually, I think it's in the link of the description of the stream. So it should be easy to find there. Green buys Spy Network to get their spy back on espionage. Okay. Very nice. Green has still only visited espionage once. Wait, can I recruit? Recruit. Oh, yeah. That's fine with me. Yeah, if they want. Okay, never mind. They don't want it now. Research Station would cycle these cards into a new deck, though. That is true. But, nah, I think Research Station would be bad, because then I draw 2. I draw potentially Diplomacy or VP Generator. And then I'm reshuffling, and then all these cards are like my draw pile, which sets me up for another bad round in a row. It's definitely a high variance line. But even if I don't draw my good cards, because I don't want to reshuffle with those good cards anyway. Let's see here. Okay, reveal. We reveal some daggers. Doesn't really matter. 4 persuasion at this point. So now we're getting to the phase of the game where do we want to go all in on increasing our odds of getting a spice and slow in the future, which would be done by getting 2 prepare the ways. And I think with 4 water behind, I think we do. I think that's one of the ways, because we're going to need a victory point from somewhere, and if we can't get it from combat, we're going to need to get it from there. The only downside is we're really diluting the faction access out of our deck. I don't think the time is now. Maybe next round we'll do that. I think this is a truth trance kind of round. And then maybe next round we go all in on the prepare the ways. I think getting Solari has to be on the agenda. Agreed. We are Solari poor despite having all this spice. Fortunately now, we do have a lot of incentive to go Spice Refinery. Interestingly, with Spice Refinery, double draw, I have a 6-card deck. I'm going to be reshuffling. Maybe the move would have been to go prepare the ways this line. This round, I mean. to get the spice flow this next round. It's tough, though. We have 6 water now, so hopefully we can actually make something out of that. Luckily, yellow won this combat, which means they don't have the water to deny us, so we get even more spice. But now we're getting into the dangerous territory where we have too many resources and we have nothing to do with them. But luckily, we have our Smuggler's Haven now. We have worms, but we cannot double this combat because it is a walled combat. We have Bombast, so we should be able to... Oh, beautiful Bombast timing. Okay. This is why we bought this stupid card. Because now we can go Research Station, get the Solari, draw a bunch of cards. We do reshuffle without Smuggler's Haven, which feels atrocious, though. Okay, we have the Alliance online. They completed their contract. Oops. They completed their contract for Earn Any Alliance. 2 Solari, 2 troops. Very good. And they get another Spy. Spy Generator is so good for Muheim. Could shipping, bumping, Emperor Point, and Privilege access hit Privilege and then hit High Council? We could go for a High Council line. I need to be playing Smuggler's Haven for sure. I think any line that we have is going to involve that. Nobody has the water to deny us on Deep Desert unless Red had the intrigue for the extra water, which they do not. Yellow has no intrigue, so they can't threaten us with the Highliner intrigue that gives 2 water. So I think we're safe saving Desert Tactics for our second move. What is our last card? Our last card is our Diplomacy. So maybe this... and how it's set up right now, we actually don't get Bombast off. And we really don't want to draw. Right? Is Research Station better than Spice Refinery? 2 cards either way. That is true. I'm just so hesitant to reshuffle with this card. Unfortunately, you guys can't see it because my big head's blocking it, but our discards, 2 Convincing Arguments, 2 Daggers, Beast Spoils, and True Trance. True Trance being the only good card out of there. So we're reshuffling a really bad draw pile, which will set us up for failure in the future. That's the only thing. I mean, we can draw a ton of cards here, but I don't think we have a good way to get to 6 Persuasion this round. So Bombast might be... We could go for a line... Smuggler's Haven to shipping. Sorry, actually, did you say this? Could shipping? Maybe you did. Smuggler's Haven shipping. Signet Ring to High Council. Then we get the Bombast off, which doesn't matter because we still... I think that is the line, though. I think Smuggler's Haven shipping is going to be our first move. Can anyone... It doesn't need to be our first move. Probably not. And we do really want the spice from... Deep Desert here. Man, oh man. How important is it to play strongly around Bombast, I guess, is the question we need to ask ourselves. 3, because if we get High Council, we do not even get it off. Oh, we don't even get it off if I get High Council. So that's a stupid line. That doesn't reach 6 for Bombast. Yep, okay. Yeah. So... I think our line is going to end up being Deep Desert and shipping this round. Save our Diplomacy for next round. We have a ton of spice to work with here. I think it's always worth... And then we don't draw, which is nice, so we can potentially see our VP generator again next round if we get lucky. And we'll have the spice to spend on it. And even if we don't get the spice, we can go like Highliner, you know. Do we go shipping first or do we get our spice first? I guess it doesn't really matter, right? What are we most at risk of losing it to? Also, where do we want to get our bump? At this point, we probably want to be going Benny over that. I think it's more likely that green has an intrigue to get 2 spice to block us than someone has an intrigue to get water, which seems very, very unlikely. So I think we'll go shipping first with... Doesn't really matter, but we'll go with Smuggler's Haven first. So we get 5 Solari, which opens up High Council lines for us. Oh, this is a way to get our Benny point. So we definitely go here. And I was looking at... Okay, yeah. So we get that. We'll spend the 4 for our victory point. And what else do we do? That's nothing else, I guess. Unfortunately, we are playing our leader like Earl Memnon, just for the spice. But you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. I think that is it, though. No troops go in, yeah. This is a better line, too, because we're hitting the combat spot last, so we have more information to work with once combat comes around. So I like this line. We're at 7 points. We're in first place by a margin now. And we have good paths to get our extra points here. We would love to get a tech, even if it's just to trash with our Coda ability in the future. Oh, they did have... Ooh, okay. Wait. They did just go High Council, though, right? So we're not totally screwed here. Okay. I can't believe they actually got it. Wow. Why did they spend it, though? I would hold on to that. Keep that a secret. No reason to give that information away. This, the world's greatest Dune player? Yes, it is I. The world's greatest Dune player. Although I have won no tournaments. I feel like I'm pretty average. Maybe above average. There are definitely better Dune players out there for sure. Honestly, Cheesable is probably one of the best. He has so much more time than me. And I feel like he does find good lines and stuff. Sorry, lag. No problem. So let's see here. Cargo runner. They do have the 2 contracts, so they do get a card draw off of this, which is nice. Honestly, Muhaim does favor a spice and slow kind of strategy, so it is unfortunate they haven't been able to pick up any so far. And I say that because they're forced to recall spies, which is extra card draw, and they generate spies, so they are cycling their deck faster. Worski is a top 10 East Coast player. Ah, thank you, Paul. I will take that as a big compliment. Although, Cheesable is in Singapore, I believe. Actually, I wonder who the East Coast players are even. I don't know. You know what I've been wanting to do that I keep not doing because of like work stuff? I want to go to the, what's the tournament in Indianapolis that has the big Dune tournament? I want to go to that so bad. That seems like so much fun. Oh my God. I don't know if it worked the same this year, but I remember talking to people at the other IRL tournament, and they were saying that like each phase of the tournament plays you through a different version of Dune. So like I think round 1 was like Dune base game, then Rise of Ix, then Rise of Ix with Immortality. That seemed like a very fun format. I would love to do that at some point. It is a trip. I am like an East Coaster, so making it out to Indianapolis is probably a flight most of the time, but it would be fun. Where is Esmartuic going? Signet ring. Oh, they're adding a signet ring. Okay, they love adding the spice to 2x each, which is not necessary. You definitely just take a spice here. Ideally, if you're being smart, you see me with 6 water, you take that spice off Deep Desert if you're yellow. 100% here. Did they take the spice from somewhere? I don't know what they did. They're trying to decide 2x Siege or Siege Tabor. Water or... Yeah, I guess the water is fine here. It sets you up for a research station next round. Oh, yeah, they're going to take it off of Haga? Yellow is such a homie. I don't know if they're doing it intentionally or not, but you know what? I'll take all the help I can get. All East Coast, including China, Japan, US, and Africa. Nice. All the eastern half of the continents. Let's see here. So we are always doing this. We take our spice now for sure. We don't want to greed anymore, especially with red having 4 water. We're back up to 7 spice just like that. We even get an extra spice with our ring. And we can play Smuggler's Haven 2 more times if we want. Oh my God. Now, as far as value goes from this combat, red goes behind us. They have 2 actions left. They have 2 water. They can get a ton of troops in here. We have no swords in hand. This is a never put in troop scenario. We don't need the spice anyway, which is probably the best we would hope for from getting a limp in here. So we don't worry about it. Maybe we can sneak away a tier 3. We actually are set up very well to win a tier 3, by the way. We have 3 water for double worms. We have a guaranteed highliner access as well. We're in a great spot. Thumbs up the vid. 74 watching, 11 thumbs. Oh, I don't know if the thumbs matter, but yeah, if you guys want to. They might matter. I have no idea. But thank you, Jacques. Would have done the same. Finance another trip to shipping with Smuggler's Harvester. True. That could be another line. We got to hope to draw it. We are reshuffling our deck, which is pretty thick at this point. What do we got? 10, 12, 13 cards? Actually, not that bad. We've been pretty disciplined. And when you get a victory point generator like this, you really want to like kind of increase how strict you are with buying cards. You do not want to fatten up your deck. Although at this point, we probably do we buy a Prepare the Way? I think one of our outs to winning is potentially getting a Spice and Slow next round. Especially we have the 5 Solari. We are highly incentivized to go High Council. We probably do buy a Prepare the Way. We might regret it. Especially because we do not have the Bene Gesserit access or influence to get the bonus off of it. I think it's still worth. So I'll probably buy it. Probably overthinking it realistically. This might be my regret buy. They get a Spice. Yeah, so out of these, yeah, we just take a Prepare the Way. I think it's worth it now. We do slightly lower our chances of getting Smuggler's Haven. I think that's fine, though. And getting extra blue access when we have Spice Refinery is also pretty good. Red goes in here, which makes us glad that we didn't try to get any value out of this combat. What is the hidden tech? Don't worry about it, because we are not getting it, unfortunately. I've done this so many times with Coda as well. Our hidden tech is advanced data analysis, which I'm starting to realize is probably not the best tech to buy as Coda. Because, I didn't go out of my way for this buy, to be fair, but like it just has not come up. And at this point, it is so late in the game, it is not worth getting this at all. So that is a dead leader ability. It happens. You gotta stay flexible. It would have been fun if we could have gotten it really early, though. What are the public texts? They're tiny on my screen. Oh, yeah, let's see here. The texts in the row aren't that great. Planetary Array to trash a card, and you draw cards if you win combat. That's not going to be relevant at this stage. Plasteel Blades, also not going to be relevant at this stage. Chome Transporters could be interesting, or Chome Transports. You get a contract, doesn't really matter that much. Lets you draw cards for complete contracts and so you might be buying this for the end game, pretty much. And at this point, nobody has 4, so the contract or the tech row is pretty much locked. I think the only one interesting to us potentially would be Planetary Array, if only... Oops. Wait, did I mess something up? Oops. Crap. I accidentally drew it. Sorry. To potentially just to get a value out of our ring to trash it later to get a card draw and an intrigue, but I don't think it's worth it now. We need to be pretty disciplined with our spice. Should have lifted when I went there, Red. Oh, did they get the Spice Facility? Oh, well done, Red. 3579, yeah. Very strong card. Still one of the strongest cards, in my opinion. Devour comes out for green. Okay. So they are basically cycling this out for another intrigue card. Honestly surprised. Third place and second place are not that big of a difference in the grand scheme of things. And you might want the extra spice so you can hit espionage and do stuff, but maybe digging for a VP intrigue is a path to victory for them. So the only ones with the Highliner spice currently are... actually, yellow will be getting 2 spice. Okay, so 3 players with Highliner spice for this tier 3. Walls are still up, unfortunately for us. And we don't have a great way of breaking down those walls. But it also might be good for us. This is not the combat we wanted to see. This is at most 1 victory point for us. This is actually excellent for red. Okay, okay. So we have our diplomacy. I don't think we go for this combat. It's pretty weak for us. Walls are still up. And, okay, so now that takes our decision away. We're fine with this. Because this is a 2-point combat for yellow, so they're not even really at risk for finishing. So I think now we are going to go espionage and then maybe set up a spy so we can hit Spice Refinery and draw 1,000,000 cards. The only downside is, so we're at 6. High Council is... enough for the Spice and Slow if we draw a Persuasion card off of Diplomacy. That'll get us 2 points because we get the contract completed with High Council. We have to go Espionage first. So this could be an interesting round. We don't cross here, which is a big downside. And the other, I guess, big downside of this line is that it really only sets us up to cross next round with like 1 or 2 points. I mean, we have our victory point generating card likely. What did yellow do? So yeah, yellow went high council. I think we have to go espionage here and pray we don't hit either our dagger or our beast spoils. So we will get punished here for buying that beast spoils. But if we don't draw either of those, we're sitting pretty, because then we have the, assuming green doesn't deny us here. So let's go for it. Ah, excellent. Okay. So now we have the guaranteed spice no slow if we can dagger to high council. There are worlds where that is not available to us and green denies that, and I think they'd be right to do so. Where do we want to go as a backup plan? And I think the backup plan here is probably putting a spy on this spot for either research station or spice refinery for big draw. So then we can at least hit our outs. But hopefully we can get the high council. We get the high council here. We get our bump with the Benny. We get our swordmaster, or we get our spice slow. We're at 9. It's a shame we can't cross. And there might be lines to crossing, but let's see here. Let's go. I got a copy of Bloodlines at PAX Unplugged, and we'll be playing it tonight. Nice. I also got my copy at PAX Unplugged. I live like right down the street from it, so it's always a free convention for me. Oh, green takes the espionage contract. Awesome for us. So we are not going to get blocked at high council unless yellow decides to go there again, which they could do, realistically. But red puts in the worm somehow. How did they get a worm in? Am I missing something? They went research station? Maybe they meant commander? Oh, okay. It was just an accident. Okay, we have a Imperial privilege here for yellow. I think that's a good line. They get to cycle out an intrigue. Yeah, cool. Great when you're going for the combat as well. And the nice thing is, it would be nice. Oh, okay. I was about to say I should have put in troops, but it doesn't matter. I couldn't put them in anyway. They get rid of Chome Profits. Dang. If they could have focused on contracts, there's a lot of potential points here, but yeah, they're a little too far away for that line. Okay, I think our line is pretty simple here. We go high council. We complete our contract. Get our bump. We do not finish, unfortunately, but we are in a great spot to finish next round with a potential tier 3 combat victory. So I think we're feeling pretty good right now. We are at risk of being out combated by somebody in the last combat. But I think it's fine. I think it's fine. Buy tech? I don't think so. I think we're fine. I don't really want any of these techs. Yeah, I don't think we want any of them. We don't want to... One of our outs to finishing strong is getting spice buy with, or a spiceless flow and a victory point from our victory point generator. Your personal tech? Oh, interesting. That would have been an interesting line. But do I want to trade 1 spice for 2 intrigues? I should have done that. I totally should have. Good call. Good call. And that's why it's good playing on stream too, because you realize some of your misplays. I think that probably would have been worth it. Although, if we end up in a scenario next round where we need to draw 1,000,000 cards to hit the spiceless flow, we drew all of our high persuasion cards here. We're probably going to have to draw a lot. So maybe it'll be fine. It'll depend if we think an extra card draw is worth 2 intrigues. Probably is, realistically. But yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting thought. I like keeping the spy on refinery though. Yeah, that is the nice thing. We have Spice Refinery, and we have for 3 card draw with Spy, and we also have Research Station as a backup as well, so we can draw 1,000,000 cards. All of our high persuasion cards are in our hand, though, so I think we'll probably end up not getting there next round, because we're going to have a Dagger and a Beast Spoils in here for 0. Yellow is almost certainly winning this combat, which is fine for us. It's only 2. They go up to 8, and they're pretty dead in the next combat. It'll be me and red for the next combat. Wall is still up, and I hope it still stays up, because we have a cross guaranteed, quote unquote. Yeah, pretty much guaranteed, because we can draw out the rest of our deck now. Okay, we get our Spice and Slow. We go up to 9. Fingers crossed that nobody can end here. Uh-oh. Looks like red might have to leave soon, which is not ideal. Okay, command center here. They complete a contract. They get a bunch of troops. They get to bring back an agent. I mean, the game ends guaranteed next round, so hopefully they can make it through a round. We'll see. Yellow ends if Spice was slow. That is true. That is true. So it might end here. We might be one turn off of our dreams. Because yellow certainly wins this combat, right? Red has 2 intrigue cards, but they're pretty far behind. I don't even know what I don't think any combination of intrigue cards gets them there with this kind of deficit. Tournament starts in 4 minutes. Oh God. I really did pick such a terrible time to start my to start the stream. Okay, yellow, let's see it. No Spice and Slow for yellow. The game does go on. Okay, only 4. So we are sitting in a great position to potentially win this game. Oh, unexpected allies. Did we already see that? No, we did not. Okay, that would be a line for it to end. They would have to have exactly that intrigue. Ooh, red gets off their interstellar trade. I think they were thinking they could go to shipping, but they cannot. Unluck. Red has a lot of points despite missing 2 friendships, which is excellent for them. I mean, they do have 2 alliances, but yeah, they don't have any lines to getting 2 bumps. I don't know. I guess you break the wall for next round. Oh, they don't break the wall. Excellent. Okay. I mean, that's good. Is that good for us? Maybe not. Yeah, I think it would have been better for us if they did break the wall, realistically. So I understand why they did not. We've seen 0 intrigue cards, by the way, this game, which is not typical. I think it is green's reveal. They reveal 4. At this point, nothing really that interesting. You kind of want to start converting into victory points. If I'm them, I'm probably just buying Prepare the Ways. You could maybe convince yourself into a Fremen War name, but you don't really even need the bumps there. So I'd probably just pound out 2 Prepare the Ways, call it a day for the buy. They might just buy nothing too. It's also a decent line. Oh yeah, yellow didn't hit Long Live the Fighters this round, and they have 7 cards left, so this is the downside of that card. Green realizes they never took a commander power. This is like super awkward timing to take it. It's been so long. I mean, I don't care. It's a casual game, but it is tough once to take it once. But you know what? Realistically, they probably would have taken this one, and it's not like they get a Spice and Slow from it or anything. I wonder how that would play out in a tournament setting. They have 2 contracts completed, and they buy this one. I think this is probably the worst card you could have bought in Green's position. Because they don't really have any lines to getting 4 contracts. So this is just going to probably stop them from getting a Spice and Slow later. Spice and Slow here for red. They go to 8. They don't win the combat. You know what? They actually have a lot of combat power. Never mind. Maybe they do. Maybe this ends it here. 3 ties it. Obviously, a tie for us would be insane. Yellow plays and impress. Okay. Okay, yellow takes the combat down, goes to 9. Oh, we're really not going to be able to play out this game? No, the game doesn't end, right? Yeah, no game end. Yellow gets 2. Goes up to 9. Yeah, I mean, if we end it here, I do win on tiebreakers. I guess I'll take the victory. But it would have been interesting to see how the next line would have played out. Or the next round, I mean. Yeah, red probably does have to go here. I guess it is exactly 11 o'clock. Oh, we drew our Smuggler's Haven too. Oh, man, we would have had a great round. We'll let them go. I understand it. Obviously, I am incentivized to let them go because I'm winning right now. But I think we had really good lines to winning this game, right? I got like 15 minutes. Okay, they're gonna play it out. Exciting. Okay, they'll just start running my clock. Oh, okay, okay. Okay, play fast. Okay, we're doing it. We're letting it ride. So I think here to get to 2 victory points. We drew no blue access, so all that preparing for Research Station and everything was a total L. So I think our only lines now are going for the Benny Alliance. We have to take shipping here, and hopefully we can get to take the alliance with the Benny. Yeah, I think that's it. We have no spies over there. Yeah, I think we just go for it. YOLO. Hopefully people don't block us, I guess. It's very likely, especially with green having espionage, that they do. But this is the only alliance we can go for. We grab even more Solari. We take it there. We buy our victory point. We go to 10. We have no spice for tiebreakers too, which is kind of awkward. Okay, yeah, they're gonna block us, which makes a lot of sense. Green blocks us here too almost every time. No, yeah, no blue access is terrible here. I think our bottom 2 are blue access, right? Yeah, our reconnaissance and our beast are both in there, and our dagger. So a bit unlucky, but we also didn't have that many actions anyway. So realistically, we would have had the blue access to go to one of these spots drawn out. And would we have gotten there? We might have gotten there. I don't know. Maybe I should have prioritized espionage first, secrets first. I probably should have. Yeah, I should have. It's tough because I know red wants to go shipping as well. Yeah, I don't know. We do have bombast lines now with the spice, so we can draw. Bombast to High Council for the Hair Mary. We could do that, or we could just go for the redraw. So if we go bombast, Imperial Privilege. We could also go. Yeah, it's kind of ugly. We could go Imperial Privilege, try to redraw into a blue access, and then draw 3. That is a line. 2 out of 3 chance to draw the blue access. But here's the thing. Even if we draw 3 here, so we go down 1 persuasion. Best case scenario, we draw Beast Spoils, which is no persuasion. Then we draw Dagger, which is 1. Dagger is 0. The other one is 1. So after drawing 2 cards, we're at 4 persuasion plus 2 is 6. Even if we hit a 2 persuasion cost card, we don't get there, right? So I think going for the draw is not the move. We probably do just have to go for the intrigue now, unfortunately. Oh, no. I was going to say we could go secrets again, potentially, but even if we pull it back, we're kind of screwed here, right? I don't think we have any lines to get more victory points. In which case, we just take the spice for tiebreakers. Do we think red wins this combat? Maybe. Yellow has us cooked on tiebreaker spice anyway. I think we have to go for the spice and hope we win on tiebreakers. We are beating red on tiebreakers right now by 1 Solari. But I know for a fact we do not get Swordmaster. So it's either this or going for... I think this is the more consistent line. Could be a dumb play, but I think this gets us a ton of spice, so it's probably worth. I don't know. We'll see. We do also miss out on Bombast for the last time, so this guy was useless to us this game. Let's see what the other lines are. I didn't want to cheat too much on my last round. Sacred Pool is the only one that helps. Yeah, that's our only out here. Kind of lame, but might just be worth taking Deep Desert Spice for tiebreakers. Okay, yeah, that's what I ended up doing. I mean, in this scenario, looking back, obviously grabbing this tech was the move, given we didn't draw any blue access this round. And you know what? If I did the math anyway, I guess I could have predicted that I wouldn't have enough to get there. I don't know. There's two types of players in Dune. Players who draw entry cards and Orski. I know. The interesting line would have definitely been the entry card line. Hit for the 1 in whatever. 1 in 49. No one's played it yet, so it's still out there. Red goes in on this combat. It is 1 victory point for them, so they would get to 10. Honestly, and they just spent all their spice. There are worlds where we win this now. And yellow getting any spice out of this, though, would beat me on tiebreakers if they get a spice to slow. And there's no doubt in my mind that they can get a spice to slow here. They have 3 water left. They can go to research. So assuming red has no victory points, yellow should be able to hit research if they don't already have a spice to slow. Go to 10 and they beat me on tiebreakers, which I think is how this is going to play out. Someone let me know if Cheesable is streaming the tournament as well, because we can show him some love after this game if he is. I feel like he has he in the past. I feel like he hasn't, but I don't know. It's Green's move here. Truth Trance. Okay, interesting. They're going to get a troop in here. Potentially deny us. Ooh, if Green has a way to deny us rewards from this combat, which is seeming like they will, they would beat us on tiebreakers if they have a way to get to 10. Is there a world where we get last place this round? Oh, maybe. This is why, you know what? We should have been even more disciplined with buying cards than we did. We never should have bought this Bombast. It rotted. It rotted for us. If we never bought this, maybe things end differently. He's broadcast final game in the past, I think. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Which I think the final game isn't for like next week anyway. Ooh, there it is. Spacing Guild's favor. Discard for 2. Yeah, they're cooking me on this tiebreaker spice. Ugh. Okay. Reveal nothing. Let's move quick for red. Dang. Yeah, maybe I should have went for the intrigue line. Has anyone drawn an intrigue yet? Because we could have seen what it would have been. Or they're about to draw. Okay. So let's keep track. It's this far left card in their hand. So we're going to play the shell game here. I think that was the card we would have drawn. So we can see if we got punished. 99% of the time, we don't get there. But there, you know, it happens. Cheesable will hit like a 1 in 50 out or something in the IRL tournament. Junction headquarters. Oh, man. Okay. Are we going to get cooked in the final round? Red needs to draw another intrigue for Captured Menta. Did you discard? Did they do the discard? I don't know. They said they did. I wasn't watching. I can't pay attention. If they got the intrigue, they got the intrigue. Why not try the Menta, then try 3 possible 4 draws on Spice Refinery or Research? So I know the last 3 cards, we do not get there if I go for the draw, unfortunately. Even if we draw a 2 Persuasion card, we have 2 0 Persuasion cards left in our deck. So that was not an out, unfortunately. Who are you playing as? I'm playing as Coda, who ended up being a worse version of Memnon this game because I did not get her hidden tech and I did not use her trash ability. So there you go. Swords reveal for yellow, tying them up. Okay, so actually, oh no, we lose no matter what. Yeah, so yellow got to the Spice Slow. Red breaks the wall. Oh, never mind. They just put the troops in. Okay, so it looks like red's going to win. Well, actually, we beat red on tiebreakers. Yellow's going to win. Because this is only 1 victory point for red, right? It's not a match. They're going to have the rainbow at the end of this. Spice must flow for green, but we do beat them on tiebreakers. Oh, this is looking good. Okay. If you were Memnon, you would have reached 12 by taking Betty Alliance. Ah, yeah. Okay. You know what? Memnon better leader than Coda confirmed. At least when I play them. Oh, yeah. No spies for green, so they can't use their ability of this guy for the intrigue card draw. Okay, let's see where red has the reveal here. It's a big combat. No daggers. There is a world where there's ties. I think even if it ties, we get second, right? Or if red wins, we still get second, unless they have an endgame. Oh, they did trash. Okay, so they trash. They get the extra daggers. Oh, they get a bump with this. Wait, how do they have so many swords now out of nowhere? Did I miss something? Oh, they get 5. Okay, from that. 2, 4, 6, 8. Where did they tie a second ago? I must have missed something. I wasn't paying attention. So red's going to win with an insane end. We got there? Or we would have gotten there? Oh, man. Why did we get these? Oh, wait. What? Oh, they left. Oh. Was this the card? Would we have drawn this? Was anybody paying closer attention to me? I think, okay, so I think red wins, right? So, okay, so red wins. That looks good for their tournament chances. Ah, I was not paying attention, but this may have been the card we would have drawn. I don't know. We should have went for it. It would have been more exciting. We ended up getting, oh, wait, no. Oh, yeah. So they would have gotten the victory point from this. So they went to 11. Yeah, 3rd place. Potentially first if we drew the intrigue. Or potentially first if we actually bought our tech. So there you go. Maybe if I had done the work to calculate out our possible draws and our chance of actually getting a Spice Flow, it would have also been worth. But you would have drawn 2 intrigues for High Council. Interesting. Yes. I would have drawn 2 intrigues for High Council if I also purchased this, right? Yeah. Yeah. Love how it goes from about to win to bottom real quick. I know. That is the classic. But unfortunately, yeah, we just couldn't get any big point swings. We had a lot of incremental, chunks. I think we made good use of our victory point generator. Got 3 out of it. But yeah, just couldn't get high enough to close it out. But you know what? I think that was a good game. Thank you, everybody, for joining me back. I've said this a million times, but I do want to make this a more consistent process to keep streaming. So, yeah. See you guys next week. And enjoy the tournament. If Cheesable or Hidden Assets are streaming the tournament, check them out for sure. I don't know if they are, but yeah. Good luck, everybody. Thanks for watching.